Good afternoon and welcome to Smoney today. Our group name, Smoney, is a creative blend formed from the initials and parts of our members' names. Sabrina, Max, Jim, and Jerry. Rather than choosing a random title, we wanted something that represents all of us, combining individuality with unity. Smoney. It's not just a name, it reflects the collaboration and identity of our team. Now, let us introduce our team members and their roles. Hi, I'm Anka Jerry, specializing in cultural news, the representation with clarity and confidence, setting the tone for our entire report. Next is Sabrina, a reporter, with a special focus on environmental affairs. She's responsible for gathering and presenting insightful content related to sustainability and ecological issues. Then we have Jen, our senior reporter specializing in international relations. With her experience, she offers in-depth analysis of global affairs and their wider implications. Lastly, we have Max, our expert, specializing in economics. He provides expert commentary and breakdowns of complex financial topics in a way that's easy to understand. Together, we maintain money, combining our strengths to deliver well-rounded and informative reports. Today, we're focusing on a giant in the fashion world, Uniqlo. But we're not just talking fast fashion. We're talking fast fashion reimagined through circular principles. Let's go live to our reporter who is standing by at the Uniqlo recycling station.
Thanks, Jerry. I'm Serena and I'm here outside a Uniqlo store in central Taipei. This brand, known for its affordable basics, is now taking sustainability seriously through its Free Uniqlo initiative. Customers can donate used clothing, which are then either recycled into new products or donated to people in need. It is a good way to reduce waste and support a circular economy. A customer said that he often uses this feature, Read Uniqlo, to recycle clothes he no longer wears. Uniqlo also focused on using better materials. For example, they had started to use more recycled polyester and organic cotton. They work with their Better Cotton initiative to promote more sustainable farming practices. In terms of production, Uniqlo has developed water-saving technologies, especially for their jeans. These methods cut down on water usage during the dyeing process, which is important for reducing environmental impact. Uniqlo is also working on being more transparent. They receive sustainable reports and cooperate with outside groups to make sure factory workers are treated fairly and safely. Overall, Uniqlo is showing that even a major global brand can make responsibility and positive change for planet. One staff member told us, "It is not just about selling clothes anymore. It is about taking responsibility." Now, let's get back to our newsroom.
Thank you, Sabrina. Let's now explore the passionate side of this story. How does Uniqlo's sustainability strategy impact its economic performance, especially in comparison to major competitors like Zara and H&M? We'd love to hear a more detailed perspective from the expert, Max. Could you share deeper insight with us?
Sure, Jerry. From an economic point of view, Uniqlo's circular strategy is really just one piece of a much larger, more complex business picture. But it's a very strategic one. Let's start with the numbers. In 2023, Uniqlo reported about 2.8 trillion yen in revenue, which is roughly 20 billion US dollars. Now compare that with Zara. They generated over 35 billion euros, or about 39 billion US dollars, with an incredible 20% operating profit margin. H&M is still a well-known brand, but it's been slowing down in terms of growth, with profit margins stuck around 5 to 6%. Zara thrives on rapid turnover and strong trend sensitivity, is fast, fashionable, and well suited for high income markets. Uniqlo, on the other hand, follows what's called an SPA model. That means it designs, produces, and sells everything itself. This vertical integration helps Uniqlo control quality and manage costs, especially in large-scale markets like Asia. But it also means product cycles tend to be longer. And then there's currency risk. Uniqlo is more exposed to the weaker yen, while Zara benefits from a stronger euro. H&M, based in Sweden, is vulnerable to krona fluctuations as well. In terms of pricing, Uniqlo targets the mid-range market with simple, high-quality basics. Zara charges more for its design-driven, high-speed collections, while H&M goes for ultra-low prices, often at the expenses of profit margins and sometimes quality. Now, let's talk about how Uniqlo makes money from the circular economy. They've actually built a pretty comprehensive approach, and I break it down into three main pillars. First, recycling cut raw materials costs, boost product margins. Uniqlo runs a program called Re-Uniqlo, where customers bring back old clothes, especially items like down jackets and polyester pieces, which are then recycled into new products. This cuts down on raw materials costs, and because these recycled materials are marketed as sustainable, Uniqlo can sell them at a premium. That's a direct bump in profit. It also boosts their ESG scores, which is crucial for attracting sustainability-focused investors and building credibility with Gen Z consumers. The second, reusing. Uniqlo is also piloting second-hand sales in places like Japan and Europe. They clean and refurbish used clothing and sell it again. Basically, zero-cost inventory that can still generate solid profit margins. On top of that, some stores now offer in-store repair services, patching holes, replacing zippers, things like that. Some services are even paid. This not only generates additional revenue, but also keeps customers loyal and coming back. And let's not forget, this reduces waste, lowers the need for markdowns, and improves stock efficiency. Third, longevity. Uniqlo's concept of life wear is all about simple, durable essentials items like cotton t-shirts and heat-tech layers that don't go out of style. Because these designs stay consistent over time, they can be mass-produced at low cost, with fewer expenses on redesign, marketing, and trend analysis. Plus, when customers feel that Uniqlo clothes last longer, are fixable, and are made responsibly, they're more willing to pay for high-end or specialty lines to boosting overall margins. So, in short, Uniqlo is using recycling to cut costs, reusing to create new profits, and product longevity to stabilize revenue and reduce risks. It's not just about being green, it's about turning sustainability into a real scalable business model. And that's what makes Uniqlo's approach to the circular economy so interesting. It's not just a trend, it's a profitable strategy for the long term.
Thank you, Max. Jen, could you give us a deeper look into that?
Yes, sustainability in fast fashion sounds like a contract picture, but that's exactly what makes Uniqlo's case so compelling. I have been following how global fashion brands are dealing with sustainability, and Uniqlo is actually a really interesting case. Even though they are known for affordable basics, they have been working hard to shift toward more eco-friendly practices. How can a fast fashion brand really be sustainable right? But Uniqlo decided to play the long game. One of their biggest moves was launching the Uniqlo program. It started in Japan but now is expanding across Asia and Europe. Basically, they collect used Uniqlo clothes and either reuse or recycle them into new products. It's part of their effort to reduce textile waste, which is a global issue. According to Nikkei Asia, Uniqlo plans to make all of their products from sustainable materials by 2030. That's a huge step, and it lines up with global goals like the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, especially the one about responsible production and consumption. What's also interesting is how international pressure has pushed them to be more transparent. For example, in response to concerns from Europe and North America, Uniqlo has started to share more info about where and how their clothes are made, including labor conditions. Of course, there are still challenges. Make sustainable clothes while keeping prices low isn't easy. But as more consumers around the world start caring about climate change and ethical fashion, brands like Uniqlo really can afford to ignore these issues. So I think their approach offers some valuable lessons, not just for the fast fashion, but for global business in general. That wraps up the story of Uniqlo's shift towards sustainability. But I know what you are thinking, can fast fashion really be sustainable? For that, let's turn to Anchor Jerry for the Q&A.
So let's open floor to a few questions. Question number 1. Isn't fast fashion incompatible with sustainability? So the answer is, that's a fake question. It's true that the fast fashion model encourages consumption, but with circular practices, companies like Uniqlo are trying to shift the focus from quantity to longevity. So question number 2, what can small brands learn from Uniqlo? So the answer is, start small. Offer recycling bins, educate customers, and make repair services more accessible. Circularity doesn't have to be huge to be meaningful. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.